All right, now we're going to talk about how DJI screwed us all by putting remote ID in the Avata, and then they came to your house and they stuck it in your goggles when you weren't looking, and they implanted you with a remote ID chip. You can feel it in the back of your neck, right around your cervical spine. All of that happened.
Yes. If you believe what's said on the internet, all that happened. That's correct. All right. Well, what actually did happen? DJI Avata got the remote ID update. So that means when people updated their DJI Avatas to get their new features and changes, they also got a remote ID lockout that basically made them plug in their phone. And if you plug in your phone to the goggles, then it will then allow you to take off.
Okay. So there are so many things I want to say about this, and I should calm down because I shouldn't be mad at people for misunderstanding this. It's complicated and weird, but there are people out there who seem like they should know better, seem like they're spreading misinformation, and that's what gets me sort of annoyed. The first
I've seen blatantly incorrect information from people pretending like they have the system and have tried it. So I feel like that's a problem. I don't know.
I don't, for the record, I don't have the system, so but the first thing I want to get out of the way here is that this is not a uniquely DJI problem. This is something that is required by the United States regulations. The FAA requires, what do they require? All fully ready to fly built drones, like a DJI Mavic, a Skydio, whatever, sold in the United States, are required to do these things. They have to report the drone's location and other information about the drone during flight, and they have to report the control station, the pilot's location, during flight. DJI is simply complying with U.S., I want to say law, but it's a regulation, not a law, a distinction without a difference maybe. And so as much as you might want to hate DJI for doing this, they really had no choice. Hate them for some other reason. And every other manufacturer of complete ready-to-fly drones that sells them in the United States will do this. They just happen to be the first and most visible. Correct?
Yep.
Am I right?
That's 100% correct. Yep.
Okay, that's number one. So then the technical aspects of it. If you don't have an Avata, this doesn't affect you. Why doesn't it affect you, Blinty?
Because it's only for the Avata. It's only for a package drone. It also doesn't seem to be for the Potato. The Potato is not on the DOC list. Like, there's a list. If you don't know, there's a list on the FAA website where you can go check the declarations of compliance that have been officially filed. And DJI filed a bunch of drones, including the Avata, but the Potato, the old FPV drone, is not on there.
That would mean that as of, I think the date has passed, they are not allowed
16th,
to sell.
No, it's 3 days from now.
Okay,
they pushed
so that would mean
yeah.
as of the 16th, DJI would not be able to legally sell the DJI FPV drone in the United States anymore.
That's correct.
Unless they pushed a firmware update that did this. Or
That's
they
correct.
would be in non-compliance and be risking fines. And some people have wondered whether that means DJI is dropping the FPV drone, that this is going to be the sort of death knell for it. Is it for sale still? Can you still buy it?
Not sure.
Let's see. Can I buy the drone? Buy now. DJI FPV combo. Special offer. It seems like I can still buy it. Why would you assume I want it delivered to Alabama? Oh, because it starts with an A. All right, fine. I can still buy it. I wonder if they'll stop selling it on the 16th.
I'm not sure. I mean, they seem to be worried about compliance, so it'll be interesting, but I would expect them to.
They have such a big target on their back. They would immediately get just spiked into the ground if they were non-compliant in such an obvious way. So anybody flying the FPV goggles, the O3 Air unit, the Vista, the G2, anyone flying any self-built drone, this doesn't affect you. And not only does it not affect you from a regulatory perspective, technologically, they don't have a GPS unit. They don't have, I mean, they could theoretically try to write code to force you to wire a DJI, an air unit or a GPS unit up to your VTX. Like, anything's possible, but there's no reason why they would do that. It would just be bad for them. The thing is, if DJI wasn't forced by law to comply with this, they wouldn't do it. It's costing them money. It's hurting their customers. DJI wants to be the one to hurt their customers, not the FAA.
In the release notes we showed, it says added support for remote ID requirements in the United States. They're not doing it for fun. Yeah, they're doing it because they got to do it. So it is unfortunate, but it is just the first in a long line of this we will see
Yes.
from everyone. So
Also, people have told me that if you two things about it that stand out: if you start flying and then unplug your phone, it gives you a warning, but it doesn't stop flying. Somebody was saying that it fell out of the air if you lost your phone connection, and we think that maybe he just fail-safed or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But so you could take off, keep flying, and then unplug your phone and not broadcast your location. The other thing is that if you have a GPS spoofing software on your phone for some reason, then your phone will report the spoof GPS location and make it look like you're standing far, far away from where your drone is, which could lead people to think you're flying BVLOS and breaking the rules. So I don't know how many people have GPS spoofing apps, but...
Yes. Yeah, pretty much.